Going.
All right. Well, hello, Team Arrow. Good evening. Oh my goodness. All right. So there's a lot of people that I do know and don't know. So I just kind of introduce myself. My name is Amy. I started Isagenix 2.5 years ago. At that time, I was a tired, exhausted mom of 2 boys. At that time, they were 2 and 4 years old. And I was just really exhausted and didn't have much time for myself. I was always focused on my kids and wanting to be there for them. And I just didn't really have the time to do much for myself and take care of myself. Prior to, having kids, I did go to the gym a lot and I was really fit. And after having kids, everything changed, right? So I was just at this point where I was just complacent with myself, and I didn't think that I was going to be able to do anything until the kids had grown up older. But then Anne introduced me to Isagenix, and within a few days, I got this energy back, and I was so excited that I was able to not have to take naps anymore and play with my kids and hang out with my husband more. That was the most exciting part. And within a short period of time, I also lost over 30 pounds. So I got into my clothes that I had in college, and that was great. And so I got my confidence back. So I just really had a great experience with Isagenix, and my kids and my husband all use it, and we eat the bars and drink the shakes, and they're loving it too. And my friends and family started noticing my changes, and of course I started sharing with them, and I started making another income. My husband is a chemical engineer, and I'm a pediatric physical therapist. So having this additional income was something like, wow, okay, I can start paying off my student loans and, started paying off debt, things like that, and, doing things that we want to do, maybe travel more. And so it allowed us to dream a little bit bigger. And so now we're sharing this with a lot of family and friends and everyone we know, because we know that Isagenix is a solution for so many problems, not just for weight loss or energy. Everybody needs it, right? It's great nutrition. It's great for your health. So it's just been so rewarding to see so many transformations happen in our team and just in my team, and it's just been so rewarding to see their physical and financial transformations. So that's what makes us want to share it with everybody, and we feel like everybody should know about it, right? Okay, so anyways, that's my little story. Now I want to go into a little bit about, I was supposed to talk about how do we create consultants, how to create consultants. But before we do, I want to go over a little bit about why we create consultants, right? Why do we want to create consultants? Well, one of the things I think that we should create consultants is because we want customer retention, right? We want to get people, your personally enrolled, paid. Okay, so once they become a consultant, they start using all that BV, in order to start getting paid, you're going to have to become a consultant, because you can use all that BV they accumulated from your product orders and use that to cycle, right? And so that's when you can cycle, and then they'll start making this an additional income. So we want people to get paid, right? Like Eric Worre, network marketer, he said that if you get a person paid at least $1, then they're more likely to stay in your business for at least a year. So that's great, right? So you want that customers to continue ordering. So we want to get them paid as soon as possible. And that's why we want to, create these consultants. Also, not only are you going to get those retention of customers and they're going to order monthly, but you're also going to get paid as well from it, right? Because you're also accumulating the BV from their product orders monthly, so that you can cycle as well. Another reason why I want to create consultants is because we want you to all take advantage of the rank advancement bonuses, right? Isagenix offers all these rank advancement bonuses and all these ways of getting paid, and we'd love for you to take advantage of it, right? So you're, consultant. How many of you are, can't see all of you, sorry, but how many of you are at least a consultant, or,
Amy, you might want to explain what consultant means, because some might.
Sure. Yeah, so I think Anne went over it last time about being consultant, but being a consultant is you sharing with 2 people. So I can't see people's hands, but if Sonia, if you could tell me if there's a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
At least a consultant.
I think everybody that's on this call is probably at least a consultant. There
Oh,
might
that's great. Yay. That's great. But if you're not a consultant, that's just meaning you share with two people, right? And so our next goal is to become a crystal manager, right? And crystal manager is when you share with two people and those two people share with two people. And that's a crystal manager. And that's crystal manager if you do it within the first 60 days of becoming an associate. So if you haven't already become an associate, please convert yourself to become an associate. And within the first 60 days you do that, you'll get a bonus of $250. That's for crystal manager. So that's crazy, right? Like Isagenix gives you money for all kinds of ways. So then their next rank advancement is crystal director, where you have 6 consultants, right? So you sharing with 6 people, and those 6 people are sharing with 2 people. And if you do that within the first 120 days of becoming an associate, you get $750. And then if you create 10 consultants, right, you sharing with 10 people, and those 10 people sharing with 2 people. I mean, if you do that within the first 180 days of becoming an associate, and you're going to get $180. I mean, $1,000. Sorry, $1,000. Like that's crazy money, right? So Isagenix, and that's on top. And that's not even on top of like, you get for making a consultant, right? If you make a consultant, you get $100. So you sharing with every time you share with 2 people, you're going to get $100 from Isagenix. So I want you to take advantage of that rank advancement, and that's why it's important to create those consultants. Let's see. So our goal is then for you to at least get to crystal manager as the next step, right? So let's do that. Okay, so how do we create consultants? From the very beginning, I talk about, we're already gonna let them know how people can get their products paid for. So we're gonna assume that each person that you enroll is gonna become a consultant. And you don't have to say the word consultant, you could just say share with 2 people, at least 2 people. So we're gonna assume that each person that you help will get started, will share with 2 people or more, right? So after the enrollment, I usually go, tell them, Isagenix doesn't pay for advertising, and they pay you for referrals. So I go over you share, they share, repeat. Does everybody familiar with that? Like what I just basically you sharing with 2 people and those 2 people sharing with 2 people, and how much they get for doing that. That's called you share, they share, repeat. I go over that, and then I say, and if you get 2 people started on the same pack that you did, which is the value pack, within the same week, you're going to get $450 back. And that's like more than half of the cost of your box that you just got, right? So you're already telling them that they're going to get some money back. So you're going to ask them, like, so who do you know that, that can use this in their life, right? Who do you know that needs to, lose more weight, gain more energy, just have become healthier, right? Who are 2 people that you know? And for sure that will do it with you. And, oftentimes they're like, gives a couple of names, and we're like, great, let's get them on the phone. But other times they're like, I don't know, I kind of just want to wait until I, get a transformation or, change, right? And that's okay, because you're just putting it in their head already that they're going to share with, that they can possibly get some referral money back just by sharing. So like, say they go to a party and they see Aunt Sue, and like, she's like so low in energy and she's telling you this, you're like, oh my gosh, you have in your head, oh gosh, I remember Amy telling me that I can get some referral money for it, just by helping my family member get healthier or get more energy. So they have that in their head. And then you're going to do it again during their open box call, right? An open box call is when you go over the products and the schedules for the person once they get their Isagenix box full of products, right? So you're going to make sure you call them and go over the products with them before they start. So you're going to go over their shake day schedule, their cleanse day schedule, and you're going to go through all the contents in the box so they know how to prepare it and what to do with it, right? And during that call, you're going to also tell them again, well, I got this from Lindsay Wynia, and you also got from Susan Sly, what they say. But basically they say they're big leaders in our company. And so what they say is that in a few days, you're going to feel amazing. And, people are going to notice your changes, and it's going to be, you're going to feel so good. And when they do, you have, you can do any of these, you can either refer them to me, and I'll be perfectly happy taking care of them. I'll take great care of them. Or I can help them, you can help them, we can help them get started together, and you can get your products paid for. I can help you get your products paid for. Or, think of your highest, bill that you have, or do you have any student loans that you always wanted to pay off? Or, I can teach you how to get your, I can teach you how to pay them off, like I could show you a way. So usually people will say, oh, I think I'd love to get my products paid for, because they know this is a lifestyle change and not just, a diet, right? So it's a lifestyle change. So they're going to be ordering monthly. So you want them to be able to get their products paid for, and they know that they should want to get their products paid for. So then after that, I would usually tell them that I would want to get them on a 3-way call with that person. So when they do, when that person asks you, let's get them on a 3-way call. And, but a lot of times for me, it works better if we do a 3-way message, because then that way I can have them, introduce them to me on a 3-way message, give a brief introduction about them. And then I welcome them and I say, okay, I'm going to message you privately. So I message them privately, and we go over their goals and help them get started, right? So it's best to have it where a lot of people are together, 3 people are together to do a conversation. Sorry, who's on the phone?
Somebody needs to mute their phone. It sounds like they're chewing on it. If you are either, I don't know, I can't tell, but it's somebody that just hopped on. If you can just make sure and mute your phone, because it's really hard to hear. Okay, it stopped.
Sorry. Okay. So yeah, so you want to get them on a 3-way message, and then that way, it takes the pressure off of them. And like I said, I love Eric Worre's thing about getting them paid right away. I love it. Like, just get them paid so that maybe they'll stay, want to do more and share more. And once they start sharing more, I'm like, okay, you have to do some of the work here too, right? But I want them to start seeing the money come in a little bit, and so that maybe they'll think about wanting to do the share more, at least be a product sharer at the and at the most, like, we want to maybe even to be a business builder, right? But it helps for them to start seeing some of that come in. That's what I realized. And also for them to become a consultant, you want to make sure that the people that you enroll get a great product experience. Like, that's like really important, because how are you going to have them share with people if they don't have a great product experience? So make sure that you follow up with them all the time. In the beginning, you want to go over their not go over, but you want to call them up on a shake day and see how they're doing, on a cleanse day, their first cleanse day. You want to do it that day after the cleanse day, see how they're feeling, and seem really excited about how they're feeling, because yeah, they're probably feeling amazing, right? So you want to encourage that feel, and they might be more willing to share when they have that great product experience. And after the first week, then you follow them up weekly and then monthly. And if they need more coaching, do it, And while you're doing that, try to get to know more of them too at the same time. That's the time when you can go into, and when you're following up with them to see how they're doing, you can also ask them more questions, because some of these people we don't know that well. Maybe they're like, far away friends. They're not really friends or acquaintances or whatnot. You don't know much about their lives, but kind of getting more deep into their lives to see if there's a solution we can provide them. Whether not just, products for the products, and transformations, but we're talking about, financially, maybe there's a struggle that they have, and that we could provide that solution for them and help them with that. So we kind of get there, and to kind of get into more, to be like, I would say, an investigator. And another way to share would be, or to create consultants is, we want to do all of these things, but we want to post on social media. Like Christy and Angie did a great job last week about posting on social media, on which we should be doing. But I really want to stress consistency for sure, because like people put their transformation up, and people are willing to post, and they're like, okay, we'll do my first post, and they'll post on there, and they're like, oh, well, I didn't get very many likes or comments or anything, and nothing's happening. And there's others that get tons, right? But some of them don't, and then they're kind of like, kind of discouraged, and they don't understand that there's so many people out there that don't like and comment, but they see it and they come around later on. Like, I have friends that come around a year later, so they shouldn't be discouraged, and we should encourage them to continue posting, whether it be not just their transformation, but there's their journey. They could do their journey. They could do, their energy. It doesn't have to be a physical, like, transformation, the picture that they have to post of like, the before and after, right? So just about how they're feeling. And people want to see consistency because they're going to know that you're what do you call it? You're serious about this, and that like this does actually happen when you do it. They want to see that. Like people kind of are skeptical, so they want to see that you're consistent with it and that's working for you. And once they realize that that's helping you, that they want to join you as well. So that's another way. And then you want to get to them to events, you guys. How many of you have been to events, and Isogenic events? I know Christina just went to an amazing one, which I love. It's my favorite and Lawrence's favorite, University in Action. That's an amazing one. But the events are really great for everybody, that you, not just for yourself as a team leader, like you want to, be there for your people and show them, be a leader and go there, even if you don't have anybody going with you, but you want to be there to show that, give a great example. But, you want to bring all these people with you to events, right? Because, your story that you have for yourself may not connect with another person that you're bringing. And, or they hear stories from other people in our team, but it doesn't really trigger or connect with them as well. But something really inspiring can happen at the event. They can hear something that just like, oh my gosh, that person's just like me. I can do this, like maybe I should try this, or I should work more in the business or something, like they just get this inspiration. And so, and they get to see the culture of Isagenix and meet people and hear everybody's stories. And it's very inspirational. So I recommend taking people to events. I can't wait for our next one in Celebration. That's, I'm sure there's more before that, but the one I'm going to Celebration, and I'm so excited for that one. And then we want to encourage people to also maybe carry around their shaker cups and their products around, right? If you encourage them to do that, they'll create curiosity as well. And people may want to ask them about it more, and we can get them to be interested. Okay, so, regarding back to social media. So when you do the social media posts and people are interested, we often message them back saying that, let's get on the phone together. We can go over your goals and talk about it. So you tell them, get them offline, right? Or if they live locally, a great way to do it is a sip a sample event. Have one of those. Has everybody had a simple sip and sample event? And if you haven't, it's great to host one of those, or you can have your enrolling sponsor even host it. We have so many people on our team that do have them locally, and regularly. So join in, and you can just see what it's like, and invite your friends. And that's a great way to create consultants, because they can bring their friends, right? And so seeing people face to face is so much better than just seeing them, like hearing them on the phone, right? So seeing people face to face, you see people's excitement and how they love Isagenix so much. And that's more value, I think, than just having a three-way message or a three-way call with people. So that's what I have right now. Does anybody have anything else to add on how to create consultants? I know we have so many team leaders here, and I'd love to hear from them too. Or any questions that you may have. Hello.
Okay, well,
fast.
Thing to add stuff. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sorry, did I go really fast? I'm sorry if I really went really fast. But,
that was really good.
I hope it's helpful, and like you can always ask me questions and ask your enrolling sponsor to help you at any time, because we all want you guys all to become consultants. I mean, sorry, not consultants. You guys are already consultants, but to make consultants, because that's what's going to help you grow your business. We're here to serve people and help them get paid, and in turn that will help you as well.
Yes. Yeah. So things that I just want to point out, because some of you are just kind of getting started, is the importance of helping people become an associate as soon as possible. Because one of the things that happens when you become an associate is that you start to accumulate business volume under you. And all this might be like some new terms for you. And I'm actually going to post a really cool video by Zach and Eden Slobin. It's like 13 minutes, and it explains our compensation plan so well. So if there are some things that maybe you heard from Amy that you're like, I heard the word director, executive, I'm not sure what that means, or maybe you've heard it multiple times, but you're still not totally sure. I'm going to post that video, and it's like 13 or 15 minutes. It's one of the shortest compensation videos I've ever seen, but it's so good. The only thing I want to point out is that the value pack product introductory bonus is now $100. And in that video, it says 80. So it's an older video. That's the only thing that's really different. But the importance of people becoming an associate is, everybody starts as a customer now, and you want to get people to become associates as soon as possible, even if they're not totally interested in the business, because they start accumulating all the business volume under them. So like, let's say that they're not totally ready to build a business right now, but then 2 months from now they are, and maybe Amy, who's a rock star, has continued to put people under you, and you could have been accumulating all that business volume, and that business volume turns into money. So I wanted to point that out because I don't think we really have like touched upon that on all the calls. So I'm kind of going like backwards a little bit. And Amy did point this out, but I would just say the most important thing before we can make any consultants is making sure that we help our people have an awesome product experience. Because if they don't fall in love with Isagenix, they're not going to tell anybody about it, right? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had people come to me saying that they want to do the business, and they're like, I don't care about your product. I just want to make money. I want to make money like you're making money. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, if you don't love it as much as I do, you can only go so far. And I think we can all agree, everybody who's on this call, and especially people who are building businesses, we genuinely love Isagenix. And this is why we're like walking billboards and we tell everybody about it. If we didn't really love it, it'd be really hard to do this business, And so as a coach, as a good friend, when somebody comes to you and they want to do Isagenix, your first job is to make sure that they fall in love with it. And yes, tell them about the opportunity. Yes, show them how they can get paid. Show them how they can make some money. But make sure that you're helping them with their first shake day, their first cleanse day. I have found that when people don't love Isagenix, it's usually because they're doing something wrong. And sometimes it can be like so easily fixed. Like for me, for example, the first shake that I had, I loved. And then I don't know what happened to my brain, but literally for 3 days, I was making shakes with 1 scoop. So it was like 8 ounces and 1 scoop. And I was like, gosh, like, why am I so hungry all the time? And it was like so liquidy. And I was like, I remember the first shake Catherine gave me was so creamy. But I was like, my mindset was so committed that I was like, I'm just going to power through this, And then come to find out 3 days in, I was doing 1 scoop instead of 2 for the shakes. So like, imagine maybe if I wasn't that committed, I would have just given up. Day 3, I would have been like, oh my God, I'm hungry all the time. This doesn't work. But hopefully my coach or somebody would have talked to me and said, how many scoops are you doing? Because you're telling me it doesn't taste very good or it's very liquidy. So I would just say, like, don't assume that people know what you know. Like, go back to baby steps and go through it. Like, if somebody tells you they don't like it, like, literally go through it. Like, okay, are you doing 1 scoop of Ionix in the morning? Okay, you don't like it cold. How about warm? How about putting it in your shake? Are you doing 2 scoops? Are you allergic to dairy? Maybe we can switch you to dairy-free. I can tell you just from personal experience, being pregnant this time around, I don't know what is going on with my body, but I cannot handle any of our dairy shakes. Like, I hate them. Like, it's so bad. I like can't even when I'm making them for my husband and Leo, I'm like, bleh. But the dairy-free, I'm obsessed with. Like, I look totally forward to my dairy-free shakes. I'm obsessed with having 2 a day. Like, I love them. Like, they have been so good to me. And I actually have talked to a bunch of pregnant mamas that have been through the same thing. So maybe you'll end up having somebody who ends up becoming pregnant and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't handle the shakes. Well, now you know to tell them, hey, you know what? I've had some other friends who were pregnant and for whatever reason, they could only handle the dairy free. Let's try that, you know? So just having those tools in your toolbox, you know, the bottom line is helping people fall in love with Isagenix, make sure that they know how to get those fun referral bonuses, and make sure that people know how grand this opportunity is. It's not just about a couple of $100. It can be anything you want it to be. You know, how much money do you want to make? The compensation plan is there. You decide. You decide how much money you want to make and how much work and effort you want to put into this. So I think we're out of time. The last thing, Angie just texted me. Thank you, Angie. Pina Colada comes out tomorrow, you guys. It is so, so, so amazing. I know that we have some people on this call. I mean, Rachel, like as soon as I saw Pina Colada was coming out, I was like so excited for you because I know that you love it. It has been 2 years since Pina Colada came out, you guys. Like, last summer, we thought we were going to have it back, and they ended up doing Peach Mango, which Peach Mango is amazing too. But Pina Colada is different, and it's amazing too. I mean, we love it. So I am so, so excited for that. Make sure that you stock up. I predict that it will sell out tomorrow. I don't even think it'll go past tomorrow because it's such a popular flavor. You are allowed to order up to 10 canisters, right? Right, Amy? Up to 10 canisters per
10 canisters.
person.
Yep. So I accidentally made a mistake of ordering more than 10 canisters. But they only gave me 10. So yeah.
Okay. But what you can do is you can order 10 under your account.
And my husband's account.
Your husband.
Yeah.
So you get 20. Some of you new girls might be like, these girls are crazy. Order 20 canisters of Pina Colada. Trust me.
This stuff is good.
It's so good. Like, the first time it came out, I was still drinking Pina Colada at Christmas time, you guys, because I stocked up because it was so good. So just take our word for it. At the very least, do 6 canisters because you get a 10% discount when you do 6 or more canisters. So exciting. If you have an auto ship coming up and you're worried about, oh my gosh, like my auto ship comes up on Saturday or whatever, what you can do is you can place your order tomorrow, make sure that it's at least for 100 business volume, and then you can push out your auto ship to 28 days from tomorrow. That's a trick. Or because you need product anyway, this might be a really great time if you were going to place an order for Pina Colada. This might be a really great time to enroll your husband if your husband is not enrolled yet, because then you can order 100 business volume under your husband, and then you just need one other person to become a consultant. So that's exciting. So if you're not a consultant yet, this is the week to do it. And if you need more help figuring that out, just reach out to the person who enrolled you or reach out to me and we can help you. But we want all of you guys, if you're not a consultant yet, we want you to be a consultant like yesterday. And the goal for this week is to become a manager. And that's what Amy talked about, which is you share, they share. So it's helping 2 of your people become a consultant. Does anybody have any questions? Sandra's like painting her nails over there. I love it. She's like giving herself a manicure.
Sonia?
Yes.
Do you know what time do you know what time it gets released? Is it at business open or mid-morning?
I really don't know. I want to say like 6:30 a.m., but I think I've said that before and people have been like texting me like, it's 6:30 and I can't get my, my seasonal shake. So I would just say like whenever you start like trying, I would say definitely by 8 a.m.
Okay. But that's our time, 8 a.m. Arizona time?
Well, I would almost say like
Time.
Arizona is the same as California now.
Right. So is it Arizona time though, or is it East Coast time? Like that's the thing. Like my friend in Montana was waiting to order the peach mango and she couldn't get it very early. She kept waiting and waiting and waiting.
yeah, and I feel like in the past I have thought it was 8 a.m. East Coast time, but then I think Crystal Weeks, who's in DC, was like, crying, and she was like texting, like blowing up my phone at like 5 a.m. my time. Like,
Right.
where's my peach mango? You know? So, I mean, you kind of just have to start trying and just see when it works.
Okay.
And make sure that you're going to seasonal items. It won't be where you normally find the shakes. It'll be under seasonal items. And I don't know, sometimes people have trouble with the computer, like finding it in their back office in the computer. But if you don't already have this, download your ISA order app right now. And it's so easy, you guys, because you put all of your information in the ISA order app, and it literally takes 90 seconds to place an order. Like, it's like so convenient. And I have found it to be the easiest when it comes to those seasonal items. So just try that. And then make sure that everybody that you have ever enrolled in Isagenix knows about Pina Colada. So I will send out the message. Actually, I'll post it on Team Arrow Biz so that you guys all have access to it. And it's basically the message that I sent out to all my product users. I sent it out earlier today just so that they know that it's coming out and how to do it. It has like a quick, like, this is how you order type of thing. And just send that out to anybody that you've ever enrolled so that they know about it. And make sure that they know that it will sell out. Inevitably, we always have like 2 to 3 people upset on our Team Arrow support page, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's sold out. And I'm always like, did you not see all the posts? Like, we're serious. We're not lying when we say it's going to sell out. So don't be mad. We're warning you. Like, seriously, place your order tomorrow. We don't want anybody on this call mad at us that it sells out on Wednesday. Because
I think
at all.
because they had cookies and cream for so long, a lot of my customers just assumed that all the seasonal flavors last that long. And so I had several people that were really upset because they wanted to try the peach mango. They didn't want to really jump all in.
Yeah.
And it was gone when they loved it and they couldn't get more. And I was like, I told you cookies and cream was weird. I think it was because it was an anniversary series or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We really don't know. Like,
I mean,
cookies and cream lasted. Pumpkin lasted. Peach mango sold out in 24 hours.
I know. And mocha was gone super fast. Like
If I had to bet on this, I would say it'll be gone in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because Rachel's going to take it all.
I know whose house I'm going to.
She's sure she's bribing people to place orders for her.
I'm gonna have to make room. I don't have room. I stocked up on like all the seasonal flavors, and now I'm like, oh, but now I need room for pina colada.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that feeling.
I just ran out of mocha.
You just ran out of mocha? Yeah, you like
Yeah, I like the mocha a lot.
I probably have
I
some.
wanted to
stock
add,
powder.
hey, you guys, sorry.
Yes. Hi, Ann.
Oh, I just wanted to say that you can also use the ISA Life app because I think that they're switching everything over from ISA Order to ISA Life, and you can do a lot more stuff on ISA Life app than the ISA Order app. But either app right now will work to order the Pina Colada.
Okay.
I heard some of the Droids were still having problems with the ISA Life app, and also some of the older iPhones aren't ISA Life app friendly.
Oh, okay.
This weekend, one of the top leaders at UIA has a Droid, and she said she was having lots of problems with the ISA Life app on her Droid phone.
We have 1 minute.
Okay.
Shall I stop the recording?
All right. Well, we should probably end it. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That awesome information.
Yeah.
And no call next week because it's a holiday. So we'll see you the following week. And I'm going to post that Zach and Eden compensation video right now. Like, I want you guys to watch it right now. Like, stay where you're at and just watch the video because it's really good. Okay?
All right.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.